coffee dreams and custard creams. Nice warm tea, we can feel stress-free. Soft voices and a lot of laughs. It's the Mundane Podcast.
Hello there. My name's Chris. And this is The Mundane with Chris, that's me, and Dave.
Hello.
That's him. Dave's one of my bestest friends in the whole wide world. And we like to talk about pretty much anything. And often those things can be quite mundane. Well, the things themselves can be mundane. But, the
conversations never are.
The conversations never are. Every time I'm trying to make this intro more exciting. But to be honest, the podcast is called The Mundane. So maybe it doesn't need to be. Maybe I need to.
Yeah. There should be a bit of mundanity, at least at the beginning or something, And it's not even mundane. It's exciting.
And maybe I want people to like this to be like, oh, the inmundanity of it
It's
all.
so exciting.
So exciting.
An extreme.
An extreme, yeah. We're on skateboards this whole time, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
I'm actually skateboarding right now.
Yeah, we're on skateboards. Anyway, this week I thought, we should build upon what we've been doing and encouraging. And this week we're going to be talking about bricks.
Yes, nice.
And I found an incredible website called brickarchitecture.com. And what I love is that, you know how most websites have an about us section?
Yeah.
This website has a why section. And it's literally...
I like that, because that is what you think, isn't it? Why?
Exactly. This is brickarchitecture.com/why. Do you love bricks? So do we. We believe brick is an inexhaustible, natural, durable, and eco-friendly building material which offers permanence, stability, security, style, and design integrity. Our mission is simple: to bring together people who are passionate about brick, as we are, and encourage those who have not discovered or appreciated brick in their practice yet. We aim to provide architects with the most relevant and crucial technical information, advisory, and inspirational material and news. Much to it, our purpose is to create, enhance, and sustain the world's brick-built, natural, and social environment. If you share our view that brick, as one of the oldest building materials, is not only a source of endless inspiration, but also style and reflects who you are, join us.
How do bricks represent who you are as an architect?
You know what they say, though? They say he's built like a brick house.
Yeah.
So maybe it really does represent who you are. You look at a brick and you're like, man, that's what I'm like. Really compressed and full of holes.
The thing about that phrase, well, we should touch on that. Built like a brick house. I think we all know. If anyone isn't sure what we mean, SHIT house. We don't swear on this podcast because we are family friendly and accessible for all.
We're talking about bricks. We're
talking about bricks.
World.
Yeah, the world needs to know, including all the young ones. But yeah, so that phrase, built like a brick. Let's just say poo house.
Built like a brick poo house.
So obviously that what they're saying then is because back in the day, in mostly I guess like Victorian times, in particular in the old days, people tended to have outdoor toilets. So I guess a brick poo house. They're talking about one of these. So I'm guessing they're saying that they were always built really strongly. But I feel like, hold on a minute, why? Would my toilet be stronger than my house? Why is it not built like an Edwardian house? I suppose it doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely, but is there anything particularly strong about brick poo houses is what I'm asking, I guess.
I suppose because they're quite small. It's like a shed, isn't it? It's like a brick shed. A brick shed house.
They say that egg is the strongest shape in nature, so why aren't they built egg-shaped?
Like an egg
out of bricks?
Well, because eggs are... The reason that they're so strong is the constantly smooth area, which you can't really achieve with lots of
bricks.
No.
But you could do an arch, maybe. Arches are strong, aren't they?
I've just got this up. So in North America, the slang expression was almost exclusively applied to women and refers to a woman with an attractive, shapely figure.
Really?
Yeah, which is not. No, I always imagine it's just someone, man, woman, or those that life betwixt, as a muscle, just like strong.
Yeah,
tough.
and also I don't even know if I've ever used the phrase. So I guess I've been wrong the whole time. I don't think I've ever used the phrase on people. I've always described it to be like this sturdy car here never breaks down. It's built like a brick poo house. Well, anything I've come across that I think is strongly and well made and won't break easily, I'll probably describe it as built like a brick poo house.
Right, I've just seen it, and this makes sense. Is think about it from the perspective of the Three Little Pigs.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because originally, poo houses, outhouses was actually obviously the proper name. Because sometimes you wee, so it could be a poo and wee house, a poo-wee house, but let's call it an outhouse. Outhouses were often made from because they were just out in the middle of nowhere and you just, did your business in there and you left. They were often, maybe built out of straw and maybe built out of wood. But then when the big bad wolf came along, he would often blow them down.
Yeah.
But when it came to the brick outhouse, he huffed and he puffed and nothing fell down. And he was like, that is built like a brick poo house.
So you're saying that the phrase may have been coined by the wolf.
Big bad wolf.
The big bad wolf.
Yeah.
That's logical. If anyone has anything to suggest otherwise, then do tell us. Do get in touch. But I think Chris is probably absolutely right there.
Yeah. So just reading this on idioms.online, that is where it comes from. Because obviously it makes sense, isn't it? Because if you're used to only seeing wooden poo houses, it's not a problem, isn't it? It's like, okay, got these wooden poo houses all about. Just everywhere, just littered. All these wooden poo houses. Tornado comes. It's what happens in Jurassic Park, doesn't it? The lawyer guy gets eaten because he's in like a little. Is he in like a wooden poo house? I don't remember. He gets eaten by a T-Rex, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's. Is it like a row of cubicles?
It's like a row of
or
cubicles.
is it a portaloo? No, it's not
I think it is a row. I think
Hmm.
it is a row of cubicles, but it gets knocked down quite quickly, and I doubt.
Yeah,
that was
they're
made out of
flimsy.
brick.
They're really flimsy.
They're flimsy. So that's
They're
not
panel things, aren't they? Or
Yeah,
panel based.
panel things. That's what I remember it as well. That's not built like a brick poo house.
No, it's not. No.
No.
Do you think one day, like when things evolve over time, because not many people have brick poo houses these days?
Technically, I suppose we all have brick poo houses because we all live
Well,
in.
we all live in a brick house. Well, most of us do.
Yeah,
do.
big bad wolves. They're boned now. He can't do anything.
Yeah, he must be.
They've had to go out and get new lines of work. That's why they howl at the moon. Just pure frustration. Like, I want to blow all these houses down, but I can't.
But do you think one day people will say built like a portaloo instead?
Built like a plastic portaloo. I suppose you could say it almost as a subversion of what they're like. I would say I'm probably built more like a plastic portaloo than a brick poo house. That would be how I describe my body type.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably I'm closer to a portaloo than a brick house. I'm not a
closer
strong,
to it. So maybe what's the
muscly
scale
guy.
then? So we have brick poo house. That's obviously the highest. A metal poo house maybe even. Is that stronger? Maybe. If he's built like a titanium poo house.
Yeah, it sounds stronger already.
It does, doesn't it? The swear word does
Kevlar.
make the term Kevlar. He is built like a Kevlar excretion hut. Okay, so we've got Kevlar excretion hut at the top.
Yeah,
Then we've got brick poo house.
yeah.
Then we've got like wooden outhouse. Maybe. No, sorry, portaloo. Portaloo
Yeah,
would go under
portaloo's
that.
stronger than wood, I think.
Plastic
yeah.
portaloo. Plastic portaloo. Don't even need to describe the secretions that go in there, unlike the other two. We've got poo, house, and excretion. What did I say?
Kevlar excretion hut.
Kevlar excretion hut. Brick poo house. Portaloo. Plastic portaloo.
Plastic portaloo.
Plastic portaloo. And then
Wooden.
Yeah, just a wooden crap dungeon. No, wooden wee palace. A wooden wee palace. And then a hole in the ground.
Straw. No, there's straw. You got straw situation above hole, and then a hole.
And
in
then
the
just
ground.
a hole. Yeah, because often like the original outhouses were just holes in the ground, but like a place for privacy. So really, the kind of build quality isn't necessarily that important unless you're trying to, squeeze one out during like a tornado.
You could get scared during a tornado, so that might make you need to go for a number 2.
Absolutely. I didn't intend for this entire episode to be about...
We've gone from bricks to toilets quite quickly. Yeah. But
this has all gone down the toilet, as they say. So, right.
Latrine.
Okay, so let's just go back up this scale. So we have hole in the ground, a straw secretion station. Okay, hole in the ground, straw secretion station. A wooden wee wee palace. Wooden wee wee palace. Plastic portaloo. Brick poo house. Kevlar excretion hut. Kevlar excretion hut.
Yeah.
Kevlar. Okay, that's the scale.
Yeah.
One day we will have those on a t-shirt.
We should put that on paper for just general purpose, you know.
We should. Maybe we need to make a graphic that should go out.
It could be like every single toilet in the world could have like its classification. With
that's a 5-point scale as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And once again, I think that's just the body type. It's just how I felt. My dad is built like a brick poo house. And in fact, no, I would probably posit that my dad is built like a Kevlar excretion station.
Yeah.
Because like he is a solid man.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, and I more of a plastic portaloo. Like I kind of hold my own, but like I'd get pushed over quite quickly.
And I'm probably about there as well, to be honest. So we both sit in the middle of the scale. Basically.
Sit in the middle of the scale. You know, like when they go down like dominoes, that's me and you in a fight. Not that we've ever been in a fight. If we're ever in a big bar fight, we just both we hold our own for a bit and then we just get pushed over and then we both knock each other over and then we're covered in. Right, so let's move on to bricks. The central thing. We've already gone on a famous tangent. Although I'm quite glad we did that.
Well, it wouldn't be an episode of The Mundane if we didn't go off on a bit of a tangent at some point.
Exactly. And I'm sorry if this is your first episode. We don't often talk about bodily fluids.
No, we actually don't.
No.
We're not crude.
We're not.
Genuinely, I said that in such an unsincere way, like I'm being really sarcastic, but we're not. We're really not.
No, we're really not. But we have just spent like 10 minutes talking about it. So let's go back to the history of bricks and brick making from brickarchitecture.com. Man has used brick for building purpose for thousands of years. Bricks date back to 7000 BC, which makes them one of the world's oldest known building materials. They were discovered in southern Turkey at the site of an ancient settlement around the city of Jericho. So there we go. So bricks, one of the oldest kinds of things. The wooden shed came later, arguably. Yeah. The other thing I suppose to think about is that they would have, probably fallen down and not lasted as long. So who knows what other kinds of materials that, they might have built everything out of paper for all we knew. And then it just all slowly but surely over time just started going on.
Actually, the best things to build out of, and they did build some things out of this back in the day. I'm not sure what they mix it with to make, is it hemp bricks or if they... But basically what happens anyway with anything you build out of that is actually like plant-based is eventually it petrifies.
As in it gets really scared.
Long time, and it gets really scared and then it turns to stone.
Yeah.
So
I know you can get hemp bricks. Hemp bricks. That's a difficult thing to say. They're quite good for acoustic insulation apparently.
Oh, right. Well, I know what I'm building the next studio out of then.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say my next murder dungeon. I was like, David. So what would you think would be the greatest breakthrough in the history of bricks, Dave?
Or should you say greatest breakthrough?
What would you say is the greatest breakthrough in the history of bricks? I'm
going to go out on a limb here, right?
Go on.
And fair enough if you want to say it doesn't count and you want me to come up with something else. Right.
I want you to guess. I don't want you to come up with something else.
Guess? Oh, I thought this was an opinion thing.
Oh, no, I want you to guess.
Right, the greatest innovation in bricks.
Yeah. It came in 3500 BC.
Moulding them to be the same, consistent.
No, it was firing them.
Firing them, firing the clay to make them hard.
To make them hard, yeah, because normally they were made with the heat of the sun. And obviously in cold climates like England, it was less likely or possible to make them back in that. Not that England was that, thriving back in 3500 BC.
I think the greatest innovation with bricks, right, is because this is thinking outside the box, is let's make a game of it. Jenga. Someone was like, hold on, there's a game in this. In these bricks, there's a game.
There's one above that, Dave. I'm really shocked that you didn't go that way. Because Jenga's just a game. But Lego.
Well, yeah,
Lego is
okay,
life.
yeah.
And Lego is a deadly weapon. It's not only a way of life, it's a toy. People use it to build and plan. I know video game developers use it to plan out their levels.
Nice.
But also it is a weapon. You step on that with bare feet. Especially if you get attacked by ninjas coming in with bare feet. Those Lego bricks, take them out.
It's something I've not trodden on a Lego brick since I was a kid. Cause,
I should hope so.
It's sad.
It's sad. Do you want me to buy you some Lego for Christmas, Dave, and just start sprinkling them out on the floor just so you can relive that memory?
Well, I love Lego, and I will own a Lego Saturn V one day. That's the rocket that went to the moon, if anyone is wondering. But yeah, I actually did get the Lego out a few years ago with one of my close friends, because back in the day it was with this close friend that I always built Lego. So we just got I think we had a couple of beers and sort of for nostalgia's sake we got the Lego out again and built some rubbish models.
Oh,
anyway.
Why were they rubbish? Don't diss your own Lego.
Well, I feel like I was better at it when I was young.
What's the best thing you've built out of Lego? What was the thing you were most proud of building out of Lego?
It's a good question. I co-built a oil tanker which made it into the Lego magazine. Have I told you this before?
No, Dave. Dave, you have just opened up the avenue I want this show to go into. Now, Dave,
welcome to the mundane, everybody.
Well, this is new. This is a mundane exclusive, right, Dave? I want you to tell me this from the start again.
Right.
Dave, what is the most exciting thing you have built out of Lego?
Right. Well, I can't claim to have built this solo because I was really young at the time and I wouldn't have had the technical expertise. So my older brother, Tim, I can call his name on the show. If you're listening, Tim, you might remember. I think Phil was involved as well, actually. Let's just say both my older brothers helped me build an oil tanker, a Lego oil tanker, and they probably did most of it, but I was super proud of it. And I put it in the bathroom sink where it sunk, and I took a photo of it and sent it. I was in the Lego club. So I got the Lego magazine sent to me every month or something like that. And my Lego oil, or my brother's Lego oil tanker, I should say, made it into the Lego magazine, which was, as you can imagine, let's say 6-year-old me, I was pretty stoked.
So was it built based on a design, or was it like just something you built out of your own imagination?
It was freehand in this, but I guess Tim might have had a picture of an oil tanker out to.
Oh, but it wasn't like follow the instructions. You just
no.
built.
Oh, I mean, if we're talking about things we follow the instructions, I don't know. I don't get the same sense of pride with that because it's about the creativity with Lego.
Yeah, but you wanted a Saturn V.
Yeah, and I would be proud when I finished that because they're quite big models. But I've never really had a big Lego model to build. I remember I built. They used to do a series called. It was like a search and rescue type series. I can't remember what they were called, but I had a hovercraft. That was a pretty cool build, and I had a helicopter of the same series. And I remember because my friend Will, and I, when we were in, I think it was Cubs, Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts. Everyone had to do a play. Have I told you this story?
No. Also, Dave, this is the podcast. The podcast isn't going to know this story.
So basically, this just to carry on my Lego childhood, because most of my childhood was Lego, but this is quite a good little tale. Me and my friend Will, hello Will, if you're listening, I hope you are. Everyone in our Cub Scout group had to make like a performance, and our location of where we met in our weekly Scout meeting was moved to the village hall just for that week, so that we could perform on the actual stage, and everyone's parents were there and everything. And me and Will, we never thought of anything. We never came up with anything. We never rehearsed anything. And it got to the day of the performance, the evening of the performance. We were behind the backstage, and I had my Lego rescue team or whatever they were called models, and Will and I concocted some terrible story involving the Lego models, and then we went on stage just after we'd come up with it. We were writing it whilst we were on stage in front of our parents, actually, and performed. It was bad. I know it was bad. I could, even the young me at the time, could feel like, oh God, we're doing something really bad. And I don't remember my parents saying anything. Maybe they didn't go. I don't know. But I remember Will's mum, or at least Will told me afterwards, my mum had a massive go at me for how bad our play was, because we clearly didn't put any effort in at all. But because all we wanted to do was play Lego, me and Will. And who can blame us? Because it's a fantastic toy, as is Jenga.
As is Jenga. Okay, right. I want you to guess now, the Saturn V rocket.
Yeah.
How many pieces do you think takes to build the Saturn V rocket?
I think I've read this before, but I don't remember at all. So I'm going to go out and say 2,000.
Very close. 1,969.
That's a good guess. Maybe because I have read it at some point.
Okay, so the Millennium Falcon now.
Yeah.
How many pieces? Play this at home, listeners. How many pieces?
I feel like
Millennium
it's
Falcon.
more because there's more sticky outbits going on the Millennium Falcon.
There is a lot of sticky outbits.
Is a very clean, so they can have a lot of bigger bits, I think, on the. So I'm going to say
there is more.
3,500.
Double it.
7,000.
541. 7,541.
Whoa, that makes me really, really want the Millennium Falcon. It must be substantially bigger as well then. Maybe I should build a Saturn V first, like, because all the different Lego models have age ratings, mostly for the younger kids, 3+, 4+, etc. Because I bought a 7+ one for my girlfriend's nephew, and he's 4. So I built it for him. But basically, I secretly wanted to build the model. I bought it for me, basically. But I gave it to him and built it for him. And it was fun. But I feel like the Millennium Falcon, that's probably like 40+. Or something like that.
The Millennium Falcon is ages 16 and plus.
What's the Saturn V?
It is 14 and plus.
Ah, there you go. So it's a little bit easier. That's
Bit
quite funny,
easier.
though. Because when you think about it, like, a 14-year-old could build the Millennium Falcon Lego model. They could follow the instructions and build it.
So looking at the Lego website, you can look at ages. So we've got 6+, 9+, 13+, and 18+.
50 Shades of Lego range.
Interestingly, bizarrely, it kind of makes sense as to why, but also it's quite hilarious when you think about it. First one I see on 18+ is a Winnie the Pooh set.
Okay.
1,265 pieces. So not particularly, certainly not as many as the previous one. It does look pretty complicated though. It does look lots of little bits. Just to describe it for the ones at home, I think a lot of it is building the leaves. It's like a tree with a house on the inside, like Winnie the Pooh's house. And I think on the outside he's got like a lot of leaves for his tree, and instead of each leaf, I think each leaf is like an individual little Lego brick shape that is then piled on top of each other.
Oh, nice.
In such a manner. We also have a grand piano.
Okay, I kind of want that as well.
Yeah, grand piano. 3,662 pieces.
Is it like a Steinway grand or a Yamaha, or is it just?
It just says Lego. It says Lego in a little gold, where the logo normally is, a little gold there. It's a black piano, but watch a masterpiece in motion with 25 keys, each connected to their own hammer.
Oh, so it's mechanical as well.
It's a mechanical, and you can autoplay it with your smartphone.
Wait, so you can actually play tunes on it?
Yeah, you can program it to play tunes. It's a 25 thing, and by the looks of it, it looks like each key is about the width of someone's finger. So the other one that is rated 18+ is Sesame Street. Once again, looks quite complicated.
Interesting that they're marketing these.
Yeah, I know.
kids.
I'm interesting that these.
I mean, I get that a lot of adults, it's the nostalgia thing, the member berries, but
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, so the Sesame Street is that bit of the street, 123 Sesame Street, 1,367 pieces. So that doesn't even seem as complicated. You know, the 14 plus Saturn V rocket wasn't as bad as that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, wow, this one is 16 plus though. This one is an 18 plus. But the International Space Station,
Oh, I want that as well.
864 pieces.
I should never go on the Lego website.
No, it is dangerous. I am kind of thing. I don't think in my life have ever built anything out of Lego by following the instructions. I don't think I've ever had any instructions.
Oh, really?
I almost always built everything just like, oh, I'm going to build this now. I'm going to build this now. I remember once building an entire space fleet, and I was able to build like these little ships out of just like 4 Lego bricks, like 4 of the, you know, the standard, the brick shaped Lego brick.
2x4.
Yeah, the 2x4, and just putting them like 2x4 and then like a strip of 4. This is going to make no sense. A strip of 2, imagine 2 there, and then in the middle holding them together a 2, and in the middle on them 2. So it kind of made a little plus almost.
Yeah.
Those were like my little transporter ships. And then like I put them in different colors, and I'd have red versus blue, and then I built like little space stations where they'd sit and land and gather up. And
yeah, I used to build quite a lot of spaceships and stuff. Because like you, I guess you're the same. You probably just had a big box of Lego.
Yeah, big blue box of Lego.
Creative, and that's what it's all about. You know, I did get some models, and eventually those models would be dismantled, and they'd end up in with the Lego box to add more options to the creativity. I used to listen to the UK Top 40 on Sundays. You know, I was young, but I was always into music. And I'd record my favourite tracks onto tape cassettes. And I'd play along with my Lego whilst listening to that. Takes me back.
The other magical thing about Lego is that it doesn't age. So, like, my box of Lego, a lot of it came from my mum and my dad's old Lego.
Still compatible.
Yeah, it's just all compatible. Like, it's one of the bad things in that, like, they don't degrade over time, and they make up a lot of waste.
Don't throw your Lego away, though, guys.
Yeah, don't throw your Lego away.
It's actually worth a fair bit.
It is worth a fair
bit. A
bit.
big box of random Lego bits, you could honestly pick up a fair whack of money for it. Genuinely, Lego's expensive these days. I mean, it was always quite.
I hope we still have our Lego. I would happily take it again. I would happily grab a load of Lego.
My big box went to a younger cousin, and hopefully it's been passed on to someone else.
That should definitely be where they go. So let's get back, Dave. Now we've gone on the Lego. Let's go back to bricks. So up until 1885, bricks were made by hand. And what was happening around this time? This is a history lesson now. What was going on around this time?
1885.
Certain
the American War.
No, a certain. Well, yeah, but no, a certain other kind of revolution.
The Industrial Revolution.
The Industrial
Revolution. A lot more
Revolution.
sense.
Yeah. Well, you can, if people were built like brick poo houses, they probably helped win the war. Fire a cannon into that.
Actually, yeah, that is true. Yeah. Thank you.
Fire a cannon into our Portaloo bodies, and we're gone. Fire a cannon into a Portaloo, poof, fall straight over, or it would certainly make a hole or a dent. But into a brick poo house, or even a Kevlar excretion hut.
A Ke for short.
I need to go to the cat. It wouldn't be bad, during that's when they have big protests. That's what they should have as toilets, because you can protest loud and proud, but you need to be safe while you poop.
Yeah, no one is gonna overturn that toilet with you in it. Plastic portaloos, you're in trouble. We've all seen. Well, most of us have probably seen Jackass and what happens when you.
Yes.
Do things to them.
Oh goodness. Right. So, how that you're not going to get this number, so I'm just going to tell you this number. So handmade brick production ranged up to 36,000 bricks per week. Okay. And then by 1925, there was a brick making machine. How many bricks do you think it made a day?
So handmade 36,000 a week.
Yeah.
And that was in 1885.
Yeah.
And then we've gone to
1925, so 40 years later.
1925, and we've got a machine. How about 36,000 a day?
No, unfortunately. Divide it by 3 and you'd have been there.
10,000 a day.
12,000 bricks a day. 12,000 bricks a day. How many houses? That's a lot of houses. Now, during the building boom...
Is it though? Hold on. How many bricks are build an average house?
That's a good question.
And we're talking, the standard bricks, not freeze blocks that modern houses are built
bricks in a standard... This is a professional show, everybody. How many bricks in a standard house? How many bricks does it take to build a house?
Like a 3-bed or whatever.
On
or 2-bed.
On average. Okay, so this is literally on simonehomes.com.au. So a house that is around 200 meters squared, double story, 12,000 bricks. So that's a house a day.
A house a day. Yeah.
A house a day, which we now, they 3D print houses now and everything, don't they? Like, they can 3D print a house a day. So, yeah, so a house a day in 1925, a house a day's worth of bricks, just of bricks, ignoring everything else.
And that's in one factory. So
yeah, that's in one factory. That is true. So during the building boom of the 19th century, more than 10 billion bricks were produced annually.
Many of which are still used today.
Yeah, they still have a stockpile of them.
In the buildings that are still built out of them. But also some, like my dad, my family had a new wall built many years ago for their garden instead of a fence because the fence blew over, as they do. And they got reclaimed bricks for it so that it was more in keeping with the age of our house, which was probably built in that brick revolution time, actually. Actually, no. It would have been built from handmade bricks. I think our house is from 1885.
Really?
Yeah,
So it was almost definitely made out of handmade bricks.
Yeah, it's definitely pre-1900.
Yeah.
It's an Edwardian, no, Georgian, I don't know, whatever Ian it was. Ian.
When we say bricks, what colour do you think?
Brown. But the thing is, I am colourblind, so like reddy brown.
That is true. I forgot you're colourblind. That is going to be helpful. Yeah, I always think red, reddy brown. Yeah. Reddy brown kind of colours.
Sometimes more orangey brown, maybe.
Yeah. So that is often done by affecting how much oxygen goes into the kilning process. This is a way super simplified version. We are a well-researched podcast. Please don't be mad. But one of the reasons a lot of places were chosen to be bright red, apparently, according to this website, in Victorian London, due to heavy fog, bright red bricks were chosen, which made buildings much more visible, except to David Hadland, who is colourblind. Although the amount of red pigment was reduced in bricks production, red remained the most desired colour for brick and still does to this day. So that's kind of brought us up to date now on the history of bricks.
What's the size of a standard brick? Is it an inches? Is it like a metric or an imperial thing, or did it change when things went metric?
Well, an original brick was based on Roman footage. I do know that, but I don't know any more than that. Okay,
Video footage?
Yes, Dave. Footage
of the Romans. I need to see this footage. I mean, I've seen Gladiator and that, but it's not the same. True. Is this real footage?
So the average size. What size is a brick, and nothing's really come up. 203 by 92 by 57 millimeters. That sounds
about right. Yeah. 20 centimeters long, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not really that good in sizes. There must be 90 by 90 by 190. That's the standard size of some bricks. So I don't think there is a standard size of brick. Millimeters.
Is that a breeze?
No, that's just a brick. That's just a standard brick. When you say brick, as in like a literal brick, not like with the holes in the middle or with anything, just a standard thing. 90 by 90 by 190, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 19 centimeters long.
Yeah. Depends on the bricks. Depends how it's built. I think they do vary from country to country.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be some kind of standard because some of the measurements are really weird. So I wish I had more facts to you about bricks, Dave. That's
Well, no, we don't have to have all the facts. That's okay. We learn on the show, and maybe there's some brickies out there who would, weigh in and tell us more.
At Bricky Martin 123 has written saying. I must say, actually, Brick Architecture, I'm going to follow it on Instagram. It's got an Instagram. It's got 1,701 followers.
I'm going to check their Instagram out right now. It's for the listeners. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's not good. It's brilliant. Their entire Instagram is just photos of brick buildings. It's everything I wanted it to be.
What's it? Brick Architecture.
Brick Architecture. Their Instagram. Give them a look. Brick Architecture, and then a single underscore.
I see you're following them. I think I've accidentally just followed them as my company. But that's okay. We can follow them.
Well, there you go. Your company's following together.
This is a nice Instagram.
It's a nice Instagram. Brick Architecture. Nice Instagram.
Recommend it.
Recommend
guys.
it.
I
Good
recommend
website.
it. We endorse it on the mundane.
Yeah.
They
We're not
don't
sponsored.
even know. We
We're
don't
not
even know.
sponsored. We're not sponsored.
I hope that one day they hear that we've endorsed them.
Yeah, brick architecture. We're here, mate. You know, who knows?
They've got
maybe,
more followers than us at the moment, probably.
Yeah, maybe they'll send us. Maybe they'll send us a free brick. I suppose they don't have bricks. They just have information on bricks. Maybe they'll send us a free booklet on bricks.
Yeah, they could email it to us.
They could email us a free ebook on bricks. It is quite a nice website. It is interesting because, like, yeah. So I suppose would you build your house out of brick if you right? So you are in, instead of Minecraft creator mode, you're in life creator mode, Dave.
I've got all the materials I want.
You've got all the materials you want, and they're all sustainable. You don't have to cut down any trees.
I'd probably build my house out of solid gold or diamonds or something. But okay, in all seriousness,
Diamonds it'd be well cold though.
I mean, I did build a diamond house in Minecraft, or at least it had layers of diamonds in it. You know, it's a status thing. I like bricks. Bricks look smart.
Brickwork does look smart.
I prefer older bricks to newer bricks. Newer bricks, most of them are rough as well. You could strike a match on them. You know, I've cut myself on them before now, and I've ripped coats on the corners of modern bricks. But older bricks, they're nicer and they're more.
But is it because they've just smoothed out over time? Maybe we haven't
not been eroded.
They've not been eroded, so they're nice and smooth, like normal bricks can be.
I think to an extent, yes, but I think also the older bricks smoothed out easier, and the modern bricks hold their sharpness for longer, probably as well.
Maybe
we probably won't know that until we get old.
Maybe brick architecture will be able to help us.
Yeah,
Our modern bricks sharper. You know, because if you think about it, right, if someone's attacking you in your house, you want a sharp wall. You know, they're like, I'm gonna get you. And then, you know, they're coming in, they're like ninjas, so they're not wearing any shoes. You throw the Lego bricks on the floor, they go, ah, and they fall back. Okay, they fall back, and now they're gonna just slide against a brick wall. Now, if it's old brick, they just slide, and maybe they slide and they fall down the stairs and break their neck, and now you're liable because you're responsible for someone falling down the stairs and hurting themselves. Now, let's reverse it back. You throw the Lego on the floor, they fall, but it is modern brick, and now it sands their hand down. And he's like, and he sands and they fall, but it catches him, gives him just enough grip to stop himself. And he looks down at his hand and realizes, because of the rough texture of the brick, he now has no fingerprints. And in a way, he goes, you've made me a better ninja. Thank you so much.
No palm either. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, my floors are made from salt rock. So as he grazes himself on the brick, which is also on the floor, the other, it's a tile. It's a chessboard style that I've got going.
Okay.
So he slides rough brick and then onto the salt rock. Yeah.
So like,
but
he's
it's really
in
good though, because like, if I ever want some salt, I can just lick my floor.
You're like, this needs salt. You just rub it on the floor.
Yeah.
The only problem is if you get
grind bits off.
Yeah, the only problem you have though is if you have horses, they'll just start licking the floor through. Because I just imagine that's what horses do, because they like salt lick.
I'd end up with just the brick.
Just with
tiles.
the brick bit. So you just have tiles but with holes in the floor. So if you have some kind of ninja horse coming in, because also they're wearing horseshoes, which will protect them against the Lego. So if a ninja horse comes in, maybe we need to rethink on our building materials to protect ourselves from that.
Well, I mean, why are they coming? How are they getting in though? Like, we got a door,
a brick door.
Well, that might be the problem. Most doors are not built from brick.
Yeah, Kevlar.
In fact,
build
I think
a Kevlar
all
door.
doors are probably not built from brick. If anyone can show me a brick door, show me a brick door. I'd love to see it.
So
something tells me there's not one.
I bet there is a brick door. There must be secret. There must be secret.
No, because it's going to open and close. It'll shatter itself apart eventually. Because where it's joined, you'd have to join it with like super strong. Or you'd have to have like those like metal things you get in like rebar. Or
that's true.
To hold it together, and it'd be a really heavy door. It'd be a good studio door.
Good studio door. That's what you need. Big heavy door.
We do have a big heavy door on our
You do have a big heavy door in your studio.
Yeah.
And what is that made out of?
Wood.
Exactly.
Bricks.
We wooden bricks. No, but as we know, Dave, on the scale of outhouses, wood is only a level 3. Yeah. So this is a 6-point scale then. Hold on. 1.
Yeah. Kevlar excretion hut. 2 is
brick poo house.
Brick poo house. 3.
Plastic portaloo.
4. wee
Wooden
green
wee-wee.
hut, whatever it's called.
Wooden wee-wee house.
That's it.
5.
Straw.
Oh, I don't
6 hole in the ground.
Yeah, 6 hole in the
Oh,
ground.
we
There's
do have a 6-point
It's a
scale.
6-point
Okay.
scale. Well, maybe because I suppose a hole in the ground is a 0 because
Yeah,
it's
quite literally in a way.
That is true. It is pretty much a literal 0.
Unless you make a square hole, but it then wouldn't look very zero-like. Really,
It would.
but-
It could do. It'd look like a digital 0, like on a
Oh
calculator.
yeah. Actually, yeah.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just thinking about the world that we're in right now. You know, sometimes just the most wonderful things can be all around us wherever we are. I'm trying to do a summary. This is how it's going.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere we look, there's just these wonderful little pieces of history all around us. Just think about how amazing it is that we are all sitting mostly in brick, surrounded by brick. You know, maybe Kevlar, maybe even wood.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But, you know, as we go down, at least we're all not in a hole in the ground. Yet.
Yes. We all will be one day, though.
We all will be one day. You know, in terms of the scale, though, sometimes we just need to hope that we're in a brick poo house. And then maybe, just maybe, if we're really lucky, we can upgrade our bodies, ourselves, our lives to become to get
Care.
a Kevlar excretion hut. And I hope you at home, everybody, feel a bit more closer to the Kevlar excretion hut.
Forget meh.
Think care.
Think
Yeah.
care.
The opposite of care.
That's our
is
slogan.
meh. The
Yeah, it
opposite
is.
of meh is care.
Yeah. And meh is actually mud excretion hut.
Mud
Not fun
excretion
at
hut.
all.
Oh yeah, that's not fun at all. It's made out of smelly mud as well. It's like you're pooing in poo.
Yeah, you literally like your hut is made of what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's like meh. So just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think about that. I'm so sorry. This is normally a clean family show. We talk about
we've
many
only been
other
crude a bit
things.
today.
Crude a bit.
A little bit.
A little
here
bit.
and there at times. Not overboard though. So, folks, don't be put off. Listen to our other episodes and find out how not crude we are.
I hope you are less meh and more care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I certainly am.
And I think you certainly are as well, world out there. I believe in you.
Yeah, I believe in you, world too.
You know what? Listening to this show has probably made us all a bit closer to care, primarily because it was created here and now. So in a way, we've already placed ourselves on a map towards it now, which we weren't on before.
And you're all ready to ride this care train with us.
Exactly. And no big bad wolf is going to blow your house down.
Yeah, so don't miss any episodes. Otherwise, the big bad wolf will blow your house down.
No, don't threaten our viewers, Dave.
With friendliness. He'll blow you away with
They'll
friendliness.
blow down your outhouse
He's so
with
nice.
friendliness. He's
Yeah.
so nice. It's going to be like, hello, I'm a wolf. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll compliment your socks.
Oh, I knew I should have bought a care.
Just remember, everybody, that I love you.
I love you too, guys and girls and animals.
Yeah, I love all of you. Even
I love the world.
even the big bad wolves and the
Even the
horses
big
that
bad
come
wolves.
and lick all your floors.
Even the stinging nettles. I love them too.
Oh, Dave, what a day.
And no, I'm not going to say the wasps. I still don't like them.
No, and yeah, Dave, I hope you have a good week too.
Yeah, you too, Chris.
This has been fun as always, and
It is always fun.
hopefully we'll meet up in real life soon.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, take care, Dave. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
It's the Monday Podcast.